Welcome back to Pit Stop Ranch Does a Thing and our ongoing special coverage of SEMA. In this video, I'm going to stitch together the interesting interactions and some of the interesting vendors that we had the opportunity to meet and talk different projects over with. And I hope you enjoy the coverage. And we kick off our coverage of the vendors at the Ford booth at their skid pad as we watch a Ford Mach-E, heavily modified, spinning around in circles, murdering tires, and taking special guests for a ride until they puke. And then some Cobra GT 500s doing some pretty nifty tandem drifting around the course. Once again, companies become members of SEMA to show off their nifty new products, new aftermarket products. This includes OEs such as Ford and GM. GM Performance was there, Ford Performance was there. I think Toyota and Lexus Racing was there. But here we go. Really showing off products, new products is the cornerstone of what SEMA, the big show at SEMA, is all about. It's to give industry insiders insights and talk to the developers and engineers and so forth of what is going on with their company, what new products they have going on. Ford, of course, brought out all sorts of examples of their new wares, including a lot of stuff dealing with the new Bronco. Here's a Ford GT for, you know, because they're cool. Mustang Cobra GT 500, along with a Mustang GT as well. So, you know, it's a opportunity to really let both aftermarket builders as well as OEs demonstrate and show off their fun wares. So really, honestly, this is more so than the cars. So the cars are what we all go there to look at. This is really the purpose. Now, there are booths for aftermarket parts, and then there's also some really amazing artists that show up and show off their wares. And coming up next is an interview with one such artist.
It's oil
on
canvas or masonite panels, you know. And my inspiration is, well, the history of hot rodding. Born and raised in San Fernando Valley. I've been around motorcycles and hot rods and muscle car stuff all my life. And anything that is a story revolving around the car. You know, I like to, I need to have some sort of story. I need to illustrate that to make it interesting.
And I definitely see that. It definitely every single thing is in motion, or even the stuff that's out of motion. You got the abandoned race car down there that you know, it does evoke, you know, and then you got stuff in the background. So yeah, that, and having been out to El Mirage, that looks familiar.
Yeah, I mean, but one of the things that intrigues me is human interaction with the vehicle. I mean, they're built to be made, or they're made to be used, and you know how people use them, you know, how you lean on them, how you sit on them, how you know, stuff that goes on around the vehicle.
Absolutely. The picture over there, the gentleman scowling out of the 34. That's pretty. That looks. Now, do you find photographs? Do you and work from there, or
I work with models. Usually I see a car and I'll sit and stare at it for a while and dream up some sort of you know, situation. And then go out and find the models, visit the car, take my reference images.
All right.
Sometimes the cars are parked at events. I'll run around and take the images there.
Okay.
And then match the models up later. But it's kind of just a big, long process. And once it all goes down to canvas, it happens pretty quickly.
Okay. Well, it looks fantastic. It looks fantastic. It looks very, very good. I really, like I said, I really like your palette. I really like how the colors are, and I like this, and I like the action. I like the story that's being depicted. It's always.
I love color. I love light.
Yes.
I love the sense that light is coming from the canvas.
Yes. Yes.
But the thing that really gets me is when I look at the tubes of paint in the studio. It's just off-the-shelf tubes of paint that you're able to get that quality out of.
Right.
You know,
Right.
It's always blown my mind.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure, man. Yeah, good seeing you.
Good seeing you. Alden America is a local company to me, or near enough, that make coilovers for all sorts of vehicles, and we're hopefully maybe can work out some sort of collaboration with them in some of our projects. They're a pretty cool company. Well, I still got the C10 frame to do with spare parts.
Oh, yeah.
How you doing, man?
Good, and you?
Doing good, doing good. So where are you guys out of?
They're at Long Beach.
Long Beach. Oh, nice. All right, yeah. We're just up the freeway in
Okay.
yeah, Riverside. Yeah. Excellent. You guys make all your stuff around here, or
Yeah, no. Everything is through the manufacturers.
Okay.
All our vendors that we use for other parts, or parts to make them, they're all local around us too.
Okay. Nice. Nice. You do stuff for GMA bodies?
Yes, we do.
Okay. That seems like a low-hanging fruit, but you never know. I mean, you do stuff for C10, so
Yeah,
I
no.
just assumed. But all right.
Yeah, we have a lot.
All right. And a big part of the show this time around was the Hoonigans. They showed up with a bunch of their fleet and put on some pretty intense shows. Unfortunately, we did not capture any of them, but lots of smoke and even a bit of fire. Here's some of their classic builds that they've highlighted on their YouTube channel. If you're not familiar with the Hoonigans, I'm shocked if you're watching my stuff and aren't familiar with them. I do happen to own a few of their t-shirts. I find them to be very high quality. Some of my favorites, too nice to be wearing while I'm wrenching on stuff. But if you follow them at all, you should recognize some of these rides that they've built in their shop. It's fun to go to the channel and go ahead and watch some of their products. Here's the Donks that they recently put together over the last year or so. Just a fun crew to watch and see what they're up to. Here are some of the cars that they had in their skid area, their hooning grounds, and some of the things that they shredded tires with and demonstrated their overall hooning abilities. A lot of these are personal cars and or friends of the company showing off their stuff. Now this is the shark cart, which is something that I definitely am happy to have seen. I watched the process of them stripping down the Miata and then building it up into this terror machine. It's a neat example of some of the extreme stuff that they just do. It's kind of, having fun. Of course, the pile of tires that they obliterated and some of the carnage on some of the vehicles as they just drove to destruction, as their intent to do. Speaking of the Hoonigans, here's one of the more recent builds. It is a Generation 3 Camaro that they built, and they got one of the new GM big block 632s that is a 1,000 naturally aspirated horsepower on 91 octane. It is a marvel of engineering. It's a tall deck, big block, much like their 572, which is a crate motor, which has been around for a long time.
Is it like the traditional big block staggered valve train configuration? Is it more like an inline LS type?
It's brand new. It's
I know it's a brand new head.
Here's the head.
Oh, you got the head right there. Excellent. That's what I was looking for.
It's an 80s Pro stock design. That's why it's a symmetrical port.
Okay.
The Siamese ports.
Right.
Yeah. Except obviously reworked for 4J40 bore spacing.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I was really curious about.
Yeah. And that's why it's got a lot of those elements. You know, the valley tray, the independent O-ring ports.
Yeah.
It's all titanium valves, intake and exhaust, with shaft mounted rockers, like adjustment system with the rocker bar. But it's our design.
Okay. Would I be able to put this on a stock 454?
Yes, but you'll need a custom piston because the valve angles are different. So
Right,
the
got it.
will change,
Right. Makes sense.
It's a very small combustion chamber too, very efficient 71cc combustion chamber.
That is
so you
tiny.
probably have to run a dish also.
Yeah.
This is 30 grand the way you see it here. That's plug and play, ready to go with a harness and computer. Yeah.
Now, electrification has become an increasing group of specialty aftermarket. Here are some electrified crate motors that you can just drop in that look like classic American V8s. There's obviously a flathead there. They have examples that look like Hemis. Here is a setup that GM is marketing now as a drop-in electric conversion for classic cars derived from their electric motors they're putting in the production all electric and hybrid electric vehicles. This example, of course, is the Project X, a classic car from the magazines over the years. There's some controversy on its use for this, but you know what? It's important to demonstrate the new technologies.
Builds concept.
How's it going, guys?
Not bad. You? How you doing?
You guys have any questions?
Is there an actual electric race league, or are you guys competing just in score?
So it's going to be, we're competing in score. We're going to be competing in the Baja 500 next year.
Okay. All right. And so, what kind of range are you getting?
250 miles.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's really good. Now, do you have a removable battery pack?
Yeah, so it'll be swappable. So this is not the truck that we'll be competing. This truck is gas powered. The actual truck, if you guys want to come over and check it out.
Yeah.
So the actual truck is the Kaiser Brothers, but this is kind of a mural of what it looks like, and it's the layout. So we work for Hypercraft. What Hypercraft does is we basically soup to nuts conversion kits from snowmobiles all the way up to work with diesels.
Okay.
So controllers / inverters.
Mm-hmm.
We got two, so we merged two different electric motors together on the front axle. This is about 1,000 horsepower. We got two battery packs. They weigh about 1,200 pounds each. One on the driver's side, one on the passenger side.
Okay.
Those are swappable. They can be done within 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay. And that's going to be the balancing act of accessibility versus protection.
Yeah, exactly. And then we've got another motor that's attached to the rear axle.
Okay.
And that's about 540 horsepower, so altogether about 1,600. So each motor is 540, so about 1,600 horsepower. And then you've got a controller unit, and then there's also the two battery packs that are embedded throughout.
Okay.
So
Past the pits, you bypass.
yeah.
If you can reduce the number of pits, but now that 250 miles, is that have you tested that off-road miles?
Yeah, that's tested on off-road. So
Okay.
So on Baja-like conditions.
Okay, because that's the other thing too. Yeah. And soft terrain and uneven terrain and blipping the throttle. And,
Exactly.
Yeah, running batteries at max load tends to have a high draw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I know the max speed for the truck is about, I think it's 215 miles per hour, but obviously the wheels won't hold up to that. So I think the wheels are usually maxed out at about 155 miles per hour.
Which is plenty fast.
Yeah,
Especially on that terrain.
Yeah.
Gear Vendors makes an overdrive unit that it goes on behind your classic non-overdrive transmissions, making them bruisers.
Do you have to put it in neutral to change it in and out of overdrive? No.
We can do wide open shifts.
I just got a kick out of these guys. They sell mock-up motors that are out of foam, so you can drop them in your car and see how it'll work. Silver State Transmissions makes kits. They take Tremec transmissions that we all know and love, 5 and 6 speeds and more, and put together packages that will drop into your classic muscle car, hot rod, etc. Really looking to use the brand new 5-speed that they've recently released as a swap into my 68 Pontiac and do a manual swap on it. This particular example right here, I think that adds a really fun factor, and though not inexpensive like any of this stuff, it is definitely a cool option. Now, of course, we came across scat cranks. We have a couple different scat cranks, and I would love to put that one on the end there, or that one right there in my Pontiac. Engine I will build for the 68 Pontiac. They're just a classic all-around company. And dynamometers. Why not? There are multiple dynamometer sellers at the event. We happened to stop by these guys and check out their system. I mean, who doesn't want their own engine dyno? I mean, let's be honest. Wouldn't it be great to sit there and tune and know exactly the setup you're looking for? And as someone who fancies himself as a bit of a panel beater, sheet metal fabricator, checking out Mittler Brothers tools, how to do that, and check them out. Well, it was exciting to meet a variety of different vendors and hear about the interesting things they're working on or are going to be offering or continue to offer. And also the opportunity maybe of some collaborations, as you have heard. That's a dream come true. I mean, it would be really neat to be able to promote a worthy company's products while at the same time employing them, using them in our projects and moving our projects along. Either way, we are professionals, but clearly not at this. So leave a comment about anything that you saw in our videos that you're exciting, or anything we missed that you think we should have had. And like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and of course share with your friends and family about the awesomeness of the Pit Stop Ranch. Till next time, have a rustastic day.